Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Am I heard? What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Hey, what's up, Cherry, Argus, Marlon? What's up? What's up? How you guys doing? You guys ready for 7.0? Because I am not. I am not. There's a reason why I have the stream right now. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves prepped. There are several things that we got to do before we hit 7.0, before we go on to the Trail of Dawn. There's some things that I think we should discuss with that. But first, let's go to the new window. Oh, what the hell was that? Let's see. So I got this new page. By the way, tell me how y'all liking the theme of the stream here. Seeing the new starting soon thing. This is all not me. I didn't make any of this, by the way. I paid some guy to do this. So here we are. Hey, how you guys doing? What's up? How you guys doing? What's up? I think the chatting music was on. I should turn that off. Oh, the chatting music is off. Oh, cool. Good job, Sinkweaver of the past. Let me put the Windex away. My screen's had a little smudge and all that other good stuff. But quite literally, just watched the live stream today, saw the 6.555x stuff, saw what was happening. I did miss a little bit. I think specifically maybe what's going on in the story, I think, or guiding light. I forgot what it was called. So I'm gonna have to find a video on that. If you guys have a video on that, you guys know what to do. Put in SR. Well, you can't. Not from YouTube. All right, do me a favor. Maybe I should go to... Let me try and figure that out. I need to find a video on it. Didn't mean to do that.
That is
Nope, that's not it. We literally got a new melee DPS this expansion. Not too happy that we are getting another melee DPS into a physical range instead of a physical range DPS. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Because we did just get a new physical melee DPS this expansion, along with a healer. I'll be honest with you, I kind of knew this was going to happen. We have 4 healers and 4 tanks. They probably don't want to push the mold yet with the healers and tanks, so I thought it was going to be a DPS. It being a melee DPS is kind of disappointing to me too. I was hoping, like, if they were going to come with a magical melee DPS instead of a melee DPS, I would have been like, ooh, okay. But we're getting a magical range DPS and a melee DPS. And they showed a TMNT turtle of all things. This is kind of weird. You're late. I'm still trying to find a video that sums up what happened. So give me a second. I will check my history. Let's see what the... Wait, there's... I just came across a video talking about a vending machine. Reborn as a vending machine. Alright. Okay. You have blown my mind even more.
To play through 6.
So Quasi.
Why most AAA games have...
Nope.
Play through 6.
Sorry, Asmund. We're not watching you today. Sorry, bro. Let's see this. I think Quasi has a pretty good video on this, so we're gonna change over to that. And now I gotta answer a message. You really wanted to do... Yeah. Oh my god, I don't want to hate my family, but my family sometimes they allow me to question what they do. All right. All right, can you guys see this? Let me move over my OBS. Yeah, my OBS looks kind of strange. Like, move over my OBS. Can you guys see this? So we have Quasi. I think he's reporting on the update. It says 6.5. I have no idea what that means, but growing light reveal and dates. This is my first PLL live from FanFest. Oh my goodness. Quasi was, I mean, he still is in the WoW community, but I do like how he represents his news, how he presents his news. He presents his news the same way he does for WoW. So this is good for me. Probably good for you guys. So let's check this out.
Welcome to the first producer live letter summary that's actually done from a live venue. This is obviously shot at the Vegas Fan Fest that is happening this weekend, and let's just dive right in terms of what Yoshi P has to cover. Yoshi P kicked it off by announcing patch 6.5's title, Growing Light, and the English version seems, pretty normal, but the Japanese version, if you look at the words below, Yoshi P made a special call out that there's a character Zero, there's a special reference, obviously related to the favorite Zero that we know in game. Definitely some special meaning there for us to find out. Yoshi P mentioned this is actually something they decided a long time ago, the title of course, and it will be centered around Zero, who has now become an integral part of the team. Now,
for those of you who do not remember who Zero is, sorry, I'm showing my chest. It's very inappropriate of me, my bad. For those of you who forgot who Zero is, it's the Dark Lady. And in our game, the Dark Lady, not World of Warcraft, the Dark Lady, but is the Reaper. She's the Reaper, basically. I guess technically that's what she is. That's her class. But she is the Reaper wielder. Dark powers, very gray, from the Dark World. Just to give you a heads up on who that person is and give you a reminder. I'm sure everybody knows who that is.
Now, it's important to play through 6.5 to really find out what happens to Zero, because Zero, if you guys watch the teaser for the entire new 7.0 expansion, well, she was obviously omitted from the teaser. And the teaser obviously wasn't the entire full cinematic. She might very well be in the full cinematic. Other Scions like Kral also missing. Alfino was also missing. But I'm definitely eager to see what happens to Zero at the end of 6.5.
The fact that Cryle is missing from the teaser is kind of like a nothing burger. Like, it's just the main Scions, and unless Zero becomes a main Scion, which I doubt, she's probably not going to be there, but there is a chance she could be part of the main Scions. Could be a chance, you never know. Some people may sadly be forced to quit 14 with new specs needed because not a lot of people have the money for better PC. That's true. We'll talk about that a little later, actually, Cherry.
0.5. Yoshi P reiterated, as usual, the MSQs for the 0.5 patches will
October
be
and mid-January.
Parts. Long-time Final Fantasy 14 fans will be familiar with this. He mentioned that part 1 will be releasing in early October this year, and given we are pretty much in August already, that's about 2+ months away. And the second part of patch 6.5 will then release sometime next year in January, specifically the middle of January. Now remember, Dawntrail, the new expansion, is set to launch in the summer of 2024. We don't have an exact month, but that pretty much puts us at about half a year between the final finals and now.
Because remember, it's a teaser. It's always going to be like a teaser until we get the full expansion trailer. That teaser only shows us like one half or maybe like 1/3 of the full trailer. So if Krile shows up in the trailer, in the expanded trailer, then yeah. I don't know if Kryle's going to show up, and more or less, we'll see what happens. But if I do remember Yoshi P saying that she's going to have a much more major role in the expansion. Hopefully, maybe she'll have a representation in the full expansion. Some trailers are like 6 minutes long. But I think Shadowbringers was like 5 minutes, maybe 4 minutes long.
Of 6.5 as well as 7.0. He then explained with a visual roadmap of what's to expect from now all the way to 7.0, the new expansion. So part 1 of the MSQs for 6.5 in October, he said, will give us a glimpse of how 6.5 eventually bridges into 7.0. And subsequent to that, they would have the London Fan Fest.
I'm still kind of baffled that's coming out in summer next year. I'm baffled. I really am. I think that they should have taken a little bit more time on the expansion. I know some people are impatient, but I'm way too old for games to just come out and they have like mistakes here and there. I'm way too old. I hope everything is as crystal clear as possible with the expansion.
And actually, we all expect more information regarding Dawntrail at the London Fan Fest. Pretty much customary for them to release information in stages regarding the brand new expansion for, each Fan Fest. And he said after the London Fan Fest, that is when patch 6.51 would release. After that, the final pit stop for the fan festivals is Japan. And he said that is when they would release more information regarding Dawntrail. And then after the Japan Fan
they're
Fest,
back home.
we would get the final part of the 6.5 MSQs that would then show you for certain how 6.5 bridges into 7.0 properly.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Xbox thing.
For people who are fans of the MSQs,
why is he so sad?
Everyone, you should be set to pay attention to the new details that they release at each fan festival regarding the brand new expansion, because it would enhance your experience when it comes to playing the remaining MSQs for 6.5. He then moved to talking about the highlights of patch 6.5. Naturally, we can't miss out on the MSQs we've been talking about, both parts of it, but he has screenshots to show us. The first screenshot is Yestola and Vitra, and actually Yoshipi.
Think it's gonna be a pirate or something?
What's going on? It's not supposed to be
sure how you got that from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That as we get into 7.0, Yestola will look even better thanks to the
Cowabunga
upgrade that we are getting. And the next one, everyone loved it. I left the sound in for you guys.
Wow.
Pretty much loud cheers from everyone as we return to the first. And I think
yes.
if you played 6.4,
Yes.
there was a mention.
So this is the point where I actually showed up on stream. I was able to catch this point, but seeing 0 in the first.
And we are returning to the first.
There's a connection with the first and the 13th. There's something going on there. I know that for sure.
This is nothing spoilery, but we get to see some.
Sony fans are mad about it coming to Xbox, probably. Yeah.
Time will tell, but it's nostalgic to be back in Shadowbringer stuff. So
Oh,
Yoshi left
yes.
us some questions for us to ponder. He said, obviously, think about how Zero got to the first in the first place, and what might be some of the interactions that Zero might have with people like Rin at the first. Another highlight that he mentioned is basically the brand new tribal quest. This will be landing in patch 6.55, and he said to participate in the 6.55 tribal quest, you need to complete the following Aka Sodara, Omnicron, Loporit's tribal quest. And they were polling the audience to see who has actually, done everything, right? And not surprised, but I guess there are a lot of hands in the crowd as a means of enticing you to basically complete the
I will admit I did not complete any of those quests. Not all of them. I've completed some of them, but I need to do them all. I am guilty. I'm guilty. I have not played the game a lot, okay? Alright? I have other things to do, okay? Real life stuff. Plus, there's like 1,000,000,001 video games that came out between like today and like last year. Jeez.
Prerequisite. They showed some screenshots. Here you can see the Loppers enjoying themselves and seems to be
not my
drinking some
fault.
form of like carrot-shaped smoothie. No idea what that is. And here's the second screenshot, and Yoshipi mentioned that it's a great story. Hopefully everyone checks it out. And Tataru's grand endeavor will continue in patch 6.55. Yoshipi said he doesn't want to spoil things, and so the screenshots will be more generic. Sounds like it's a nice finale. And the crowd had a chuckle when he showed the screenshot.
I think I'll do the rest of Tataru's grand endeavor like on my own, because I know a lot of people, they hate spoilers, so I'll just do that on my own when I get the chance and when I feel like it. But for the crafting stuff, maybe I could get you guys to help me out a little bit.
Because it literally shows nothing. It's just players having a conversation. And here's the second screenshot. And the crowd obviously had a good laugh about it because it's the same thing. 6.55 also brings more Hildy brand adventures and naturally more screenshots. And here's a screenshot. Yoshipi joked that obviously he wonders whether the low polygon Hildy brand to the right here is made of the low poly grapes that, the meme that was so popular at the launch of Walker. Here's one that delighted the crowd. Godbird Mandeville definitely pulls in the crowd. Yoshipi said that he knows that this is a very Japanese-centric joke, which is very common in anime, right? Like the protagonist arrives and he does this cool move and he doesn't even look back. The relic weapon continues with further Mandeville weapons in 6.55. He jokingly said that, well, Godbird is wearing clothes here, but in the next screenshot, he isn't wearing clothes, or he's semi-clothed, or probably wearing less clothes. He said this isn't a visual glitch, there's actually some something happening to Godbert in this scene. Don't know what it means. That's for you to find out. And as usual, Splendorous tools continue. He also has screenshots. He jokingly said that, you know, the story gets weirder as it gets along.
Listen, I know these two in the first are madly in love with each other. I want Geralt in the source to get his act together. That's all I wish for. But no, the ongoing joke of him spending his money on his booze is gonna be, haha, look, he's a failure. He spends all his money on booze, haha. No, something happens. Something has to happen. Something has to happen. I want something to happen. I swear.
And it's getting to a point where he doesn't really know what's going on. Here's a second screenshot related to Splendorous tools. He then revealed the brand new dungeon coming in patch 6.5, the Lunar Subterrane. And he said, yes, it does imply the moon. It does imply underground on the moon. And if you've done 6.4 already, you will understand why. The question is which moon though? And Yoshi P actually explicitly asked the question, pondering specifically which Reflections' moon are we heading to? And here's the first screenshot. Yoshi P said this is probably a hint of which moon we are already.
Oh yeah, hint, hint. Look, guys, which moon are we definitely going to be going to? That happens to be incredibly dark, scary, probably has crystals in the middle, and there's a Final Fantasy end boss in there. Which moon are we going into?
He made specific callouts to the blocks that you see here. Let's not go into detail in case of spoilers. And
you might be wrong, Cherry. You might be wrong.
Another dungeon to look forward to. A dungeon where the scenery changes drastically halfway throughout the fight, but he can't show it because it's spoilery. And he said, pertaining to this special dungeon, he said to go slower to take everything in because the team is working hard at, I guess, the scenery, the environment, and the vibes that we'll be getting in the dungeon. I guess we will only know in due course. Alongside new dungeons, there'll be brand new trials as well. And here's a screenshot. If you've done 6.4, you will know exactly what this means. And the trial will be themed the Abyssal Fracture. And the next Unreal trial, they unveiled to a loud cheer from the crowd. Everyone is happy.
Everybody.
The Singularity Reactor. And Yoshi P said with a smile that he knows that this trial, relatively speaking, is a bit more challenging.
So I have to say this right now. 14 has been giving like quite the challenge in terms of bosses. And after going through what seems to be like the difficult side of World of Warcraft, I don't know. I have more fun playing 14's like bosses, and World of Warcraft's can be difficult, but only because it seems to still regulate on the side of you having third-party tools. I'm just saying.
So naturally, the Unreal version would be very fun, right? Fun obviously being used in, you know, open and inverted close commas. Sounds like it'll be pretty challenging. Yoshi P then announced the next and final part of the Alliance raid, Myths of the Realm Part 3, The Layer. And he said, as per usual, you can expect gorgeous landscapes and environments to which you can fight the bosses in. That
I'm personally anticipating that.
The entire Myth of the Realm series from the very start. He did also mention that his younger, more talented team is actually working on that. So a shout out to them, whoever they are. That was a quick screenshot. Love the skylines here. A bit of a hint of like the Aurora in the distance.
I think that's like maybe an ending screenshot.
Very godly, very spiritual kind of vibe. And here's the second screenshot.
Oh, we're supposed to figure out who the 12 are after this. Like the real identity of the 12. That was always the mystery.
Of the God Rays here, Yoshi P said there's an even prettier scenery which he can't show. Spoilers. And to thunderous applause, Yoshi P announced that the duty support for Stormblood will be added for the Drowned City of Scala, the Burn, the Gimlet Dark. And what that also means is duty support will now be available for all main scenario dungeons from A Realm Reborn all the way to Endwalker, which means you can actually play through the entire MSQ solo.
There you go. Now someone's gonna come out with a video saying, I played Final Fantasy XIV solo. Now you can play the game solo.
Pertaining specifically to dungeons.
Oh, I need water.
Give me a second. That said that naturally, if you have any friends who are hesitating about playing the game, Well, now the majority of the gameplay can be done solo, especially up to Stormblood's end. And remember, the free trial will be extended all the way from Heavensward to Stormblood. So people playing the free trial can actually experience, all these upgrades. And here's a screenshot. Obviously some familiar faces that you guys can see in the screen here. They announced the third variant and Criterion dungeons called Alo Island. There's no prerequisites. You don't have to do the previous variant dungeons in order to unlock this. And the NPC that'll be accompanying us on this journey is Matsuya. Yoshi showed the first screenshot and he jokingly said he wanted to see this with the new graphics upgrade. The joke here obviously is the vegetation. With the new graphical overhaul, the vegetation is supposed to look way better. And you can definitely tell the distinction between this and what he showed at the keynote for 7.0. Just a passing comment, by the way. Second screenshot here, and he said that eventually we'll find out, through this.
So I had to figure out what the theme is for. Okay, so the theme for this is obviously like based on Hawaii, but for the new expansion, I'm pretty sure that's based off of Aztec. I said like something about American Indians while I was watching it in the stream. No, it's Aztec. It has to be Aztec. And what I'm seeing here for the new variant dungeon, that definitely is Hawaiian. So that's pretty cool.
Entire process where this island is exactly based in the world of Eorzea, so please look forward to it. He mentioned there'll be slight job adjustments coming for PvE and PvP. He said nothing major, just slight tuning changes, so don't get your hopes up. He already said that a lot of the reworks like
Vanna's friends, maybe
7.0, so nothing major here. And with patch 6.5, PvP Series 5 begins. Special call out here, he said no changes to the season in patch 6.5. Season 8 will run from patch 6.48, which is landing 8th of August, till the patch 5.1. Crystalline Conflict, the brand new PvP mode that they introduced in Endwalker, will also be getting some adjustments to the minimap and the user interface. And no surprises, we're getting a brand new Crystalline Conflict map, this time around called the Red Sands. And here's a screenshot that he demoed. Very desert-ish kind of look. They did keep all these runways that you guys can remember from the
yeah, it looks very interesting.
And he did say there'll be some interesting stage effects. I guess we'll figure out in.
They still need to overhaul the whole entire system, like being able to play with friends, right? And actually having a ranking system that doesn't suck. There's a lot that they really need to change in order for me to come back to the game.
Of course. Island Sanctuary will be getting a lot of new additions in patch 6.5 as well. New Sanctuary ranks, visions, gathering areas in the wild, alongside materials, craftable items, crops,
talk about the new pet,
work, handicrafts, and structures.
Talk about the new
usual,
pet, man.
But this time around with newer and more things.
Talk about the pet.
The crowd literally yelled out they want bigger pasture sizes. And Yoshi P then said yes, he will let the team know.
He will let the team know that you want increased pasture sizes.
There you go.
Wow,
Good guy,
Yeah,
Yoshi
good
P.
job.
And that response there is pretty much the reason why we watch this man and we follow this man in Final Fantasy XIV, because he listens. Here's one of the brand new structures you can construct on Island Sanctuary. This actually really doesn't look like something that belongs on an island. Very grand, almost like a cathedral. And you do know it's an island sanctuary because it's this marmot on the wooden board here. And he showed the new animal you can capture, the Maw Ball, and everyone basically went wild. Very classical Final Fantasy mob. He mentioned brand new feature coming to Island Sanctuary called Felicitous Favors. This unlocks the moment you finish your Island Sanctuary progression in patch 6.5. And the Felicitous Furball will start issuing individualized requests that you need to fulfill by crafting certain handicrafts. And turning those in will give you a specialized token that gives you special rewards. Up next, Ghost Saucer updates to the cheers from the crowd. Naturally,
here we go.
Fall Guys collaboration. If you folks watched the keynote video, which I summarized on this channel, he announced Fall Guys is essentially coming to Final Fantasy XIV as part of the collaboration. Screenshots below in case you guys missed the fun from the keynote. Essentially, Warriors of Light have to go through an obstacle course ultimate. Special
this is going to be a weird one.
5X, he said there'll be a video
a
of
collab with Fall Guys. Oh my goodness.
New custom delivery, and this is a special moment on the entire live producer live letter. He showed the screenshot, and Yoshi P asked who in the crowd knows who this is. And again, this is why Yoshi P is special. A fan actually was called up to stage, and Yoshi P asked, to basically hear what the answer is. And he clearly had some issues understanding, so he signaled for someone to come over and help to translate. I thought this was such a wholesome moment, And Yoshi P affirmed the answer as the scientist from Sha Lion who really needed sleep. And I thought it was just a very nice moment, that Yoshi P actually, had fan participation from the audience. Very special, right? Like, you don't really get this at other game developer kind of conferences. But yeah, essentially the person's name is Margaret. We'll be working with this workaholic. Other miscellaneous updates. consecutive ethereal reduction functions for collectibles, but you know, to the crowd's bigger cheer, green dot indicators on newly locked fish in the fish guide. Next one, big cheers for this. And the fans go wild. Ability to store optional items in the armory. And naturally, this reduces the amount of junk that we need to carry around by allowing us to put them in our armor. Another big change that drew, applause from the crowd is item level restriction for Duty Roulette alliance rates based on levels. More quality of life that drew applause from the audience. Option to sort teleport destinations by expansion. And just to clarify, he said it wouldn't replace the current one if you don't like that, because you can actually choose between the two just by toggling it in the settings. And he mentioned you'll get a brand new reward for obtaining all the trial mounts in the 6.x patch series. And here is the mount that everyone is so hyped about.
Wait, I'm sorry. Oh no. Oh no, I gotta work to get those mounts now! Because look,
and here...
Look. So, for those of you who don't know, yeah, that's the old art style of Bahamut from Final Fantasy 1. He's just holding a goddamn chair. And y'all know I love dragons, so it's like, I gotta get it now. I still need to get all the dragons for Shadowbringers, but like, I don't know. I wasn't really too hyped with the design of those dragons. But I did get my favorite dragon, what was it, Felgaia from the PvP thing. I definitely worked my ass off on that, but now I gotta work my ass off again just to get this damn dragon.
It's the mount that everyone is so hyped about. Very, very gorgeous. You're sitting on a throne that is being carried by a dragon. He reminds people that with patch 6.5, tell your friends, because the free trial will be expanded all the way to Stormblood, which is pretty insane.
The free trial is going to be... Yeah, I can actually tell my friends, because they didn't make it to Stormblood.
So tell your friends. And he also quickly commented that it's possible they will extend the trial even further somewhere down the road. And you can almost imagine, right? After Stormblood, Shadowbringers getting that as a free trial, that is pretty insane for value.
Yeah, that's insane.
Very quick overview, given we've covered all the new things coming in patch 6.5 and how it basically interacts with the FanFest. I guess special callouts here is the next patch in October, MSQ Part 1, get the final Alliance Raid tier, then we have the UK FanFest to look forward to, and after that we get the brand new variant dungeon, the third one, Alo Alo Island. Then the Japanese FanFest, where we'll get the final trickle of information regarding the brand new expansion. Following that, the conclusion of the MSQs for 6.5, as well as all the remaining side quests. Quick announcement, Fan Festival commemorative items, they said, is now available and discounted. If you want this kick-ass Garlon mount, it's now being discounted. The next thing on discount, the Advent of Light emote. Another one, fantastic cheer set.
The Advent of Light emote.
Violet, right?
Yeah,
also discounted.
I've seen people using that.
Also discounted. The last one I'll cover, amazing art. The new arrangement album for the soundtrack. I personally really love the art. The split in the middle between Hyderlin and Zodiac, amazing, gorgeous. This itself is worth framing up, honestly. Details on the right, available for purchase. And that's pretty much all the important things you need to know regarding the Producer Live Letter coming to you all the way live from Las Vegas at the FanFest. If you enjoyed this video, do subscribe to the channel. I will keep the Final Fantasy XIV updates coming here on this channel. You don't want to miss them. Quick reminder, there's still a lot of 7.0 stuff to uncover and unpack. I've actually made a video regarding job speculations based on Yoshi P's Ninja Turtle t-shirt that he wore at the FanFest. If you haven't checked it out, it's in the
possible jobs. He's thinking, wait, how? Actually, I'm curious. What does he say about that?
So the various t-shirts that Yoshi P have worn at various FanFests was always a clue.
So
to
use
what
that new emote with Play Dead to make a
Skyrim meme. At the Vegas FanFest.
I've seen other things.
He unveiled a
somebody jumps up and they come down with tea.
Wearing. And this is the close-up view that you see on screen here. So let's break it down. Here's my take on the top 3 possible jobs alongside some honorable mentions. My number 1 pick is that of the Corsair. And why Corsair, you ask? Well, let's start by acknowledging that Corsair was an actual job back in Final Fantasy XI with a playstyle similar to that of
I was just thinking Corsair too.
He has a solid place in Final Fantasy's history. But a fair question might be, what has Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have got to do with a Corsair? Well, let's travel back to the 2000s when Ninja versus Pirate was a big debate that was a raging meme.
Wait, hold on. So the picture that you see right there, the Ninja versus Pirate thing, so that ninja that's representing the ninja in this news article is Ninja Brian. And Ninja Brian is part of Sex Bomb, I think, for with the Game Grumps Stan. I think Aaron is still part of that too, but yeah, that's Ninja Brian, and that's hilarious.
2000s, when Ninja versus Pirate was a big debate, there was a raging meme in the gaming community. And with Ninja already a playable job in 14, it also makes sense that its old rival, the Corsair, could be up next. But let me add more weight to this whole Corsair theory. Yoshi P and the team have hinted at the addition of a second scouting armor type job, in line with the vision that each armor type is shared by at least 2 jobs. And this is a train of thought that was also reflected when they added Reaper, that shared the same armor type as that of the Dragoon. Further clues? Well, the Spanish word for turtles is Tortuga, which is an island in real life famously associated with piracy in the 17th century in the Caribbean.
Pirates would probably be the number one guess.
About the Ninja Turtle character Leonard, which is front and center on Yoshi P's t-shirt.
He said Leonard. He up here saying Leonard. I know Quasi has to be fucking with us with that one. Leonardo, you mean? No. So maybe a class that shares armor with Ninja, probably be the first job that does it. If it's the pirates, that would be crazy.
Leonard is a dual-wielding ninja turtle, a feature that could hint at a Corsair being either dual-wielding swords or employing a sword and a ranged pistol. Still not convinced? Check out the new Warrior of Light look in the Dawntrail teaser. The mini man bun, the fringe, and what can only be described as a safe.
Can we also point out the fact that my man looking pretty old? My man looking pretty old right now. His ninja gear would also match the reason they went with Reaper was specifically to fill out maiming. Maybe. It's all up in the air at this point, but I do think Corsair is probably the right guess.
Taylor's shirt all screams classic pirate. And yes, I've heard of some skeptics with some pushbacks. A Corsair is supposed to use a pistol, right? Which is a ranged weapon. That doesn't seem to fit in well with what Yoshi P said about a melee job and a caster ranged job. But a Corsair could technically spend most of its time using swords for up close combat and pulling out a pistol only for a ranged finisher. Or maybe its rotation cycles between a range and melee phase. There are definitely parallels here to how the ninja plays, which again ties back to the whole ninja versus pirate meme. The second most credible theory for me, the Pictomancer. And I know what you're thinking. What has this got to do with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? The Mutant Turtles are actually named after famous historical Italian artists. Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo. And the Pictomancer could fit into that magical range caster job that Yoshi P mentioned. Picture this, a Pictomancer positioned at the backlines of the battlefield, materializing magical abilities from sketches or paintings. And this isn't mere conjecture. Pictomancers have a real history within the Final Fantasy franchise. Remember Realm from Final Fantasy VI?
There you go.
She was a Pictomancer, described as being able to naturally channel magic and bring to life monsters from the sketches that she makes. Now, of course, the name Pictomancer might merely be a placeholder. We could be surprised with a more intriguing moniker like Ink Mage or Painter or even the more generic Artist. Again, this wouldn't be new for Square Enix. After all, Pictomancer does exist in Bravely Default 2, while concepts like a Painter and Artist can be found in other big MMOs like Lost Ark. Now, I do acknowledge that the Warrior of Light's look in the trailer doesn't fit that of the Pictomancer, but keep in mind there are other scions that aren't shown in the teaser yet, possibly waiting to be unveiled in the final trailer, a theory that I'll dive into in a separate video regarding the trailer analysis. But for now, the Pictomancer stands as my second best guess in terms of the new jobs heading our way. Now let's move on to the third possible job. In my opinion, that's the Geomancer. And again, we trace this theory back to Yoshi P's t-shirt. Remember the Four Lords arc from 14's Stormblood expansion? Genbu, one of the Four Lords, was literally a turtle and a Geomancer. And if you're still not convinced, there's a Stormblood quest titled
Oh my god, he's on to something. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a group of 4 turtles, group of 4 warriors. And if we think about 4 warriors, we're thinking about like the 4, I forgot that we're called aspices. I'm sorry. You know what I'm trying to say. Aspices or something. And that is, one of them is a turtle and his name is Genbu. I don't know if he is a geomancer, but he does control elements. He's on to something, actually.
Plot this in time, where the players must retrieve a geomancy artifact for Genbu himself. A geomancer job will be a perfect fit for the range caster role, resonating with the elemental and more nature.
I hope he's more complicated than just like, oh, he has a spell, just pick it. Like, maybe he can change, maybe he'll have like 4 elements and he has to change through rotation of those 4 elements and like work off of those 4 elements to get different effects. So going from like water to fire for steam, fire to earth for like magma, go from like earth to air for like lightning, and go from like, you know, air to water for like tornadoes and tsunamis, you know, that all that other good stuff. That would be kind of great, wouldn't it?
Centric themes of geomancy. The South American inspired
It's just,
visuals revealed in the teaser
they
trailer
plan to add classes never used in Final Fantasy before, like more original classes, unless they change their mind. They can change their mind whenever they want, but it's a good point that you did bring that up, that they did say that.
Being a geomancer, hinting at how a geomancer's magic might mutate or adapt depending on the environmental energy they draw upon. Now again, this is speculations at my finest, but it's an interesting theory that positions the geomancer as a competitor to the pictomancer. Now aside from those big 3 that are my personal picks, I have 2 other wildcard theories as well. First, let's talk about the Time Mage. This one hinges on the title of a popular Mutant Ninja Turtle video game, Turtles in Time. And that's pretty much all we have to go on here, but it's a theory we cannot dismiss out of hand. Remember Yoshi P's Spider-Man t-shirt that was in reality him hinting at the samurai job? And the connection is due to the name of the film's director, Sam Raimi, which sounds like samurai. So that's proof that the connection between the clues on his t-shirt and the result doesn't have to be direct or strong, which does support the loosely connected Time Mage. Now let's consider the Time Mage job in the context of 14.
Oh my goodness.
The job could correlate with the character Kryl, who wasn't shown in the teaser, but whom I fully expect to make an appearance in the full trailer. My second wildcard theory, the Chemist. And yes, the Chemist theory does exist in other Final Fantasy titles.
We know nothing about the caster, yet we will likely get the hint for it on the next FanFest. Probably, yeah.
Product of a chemical reaction. However, it's worth noting that Yoshi P and team has previously mentioned in
hold on.
However,
sorry, I thought that was Gilgamesh for a second that was walking by him.
Yoshi P and team has previously mentioned in an interview they did try to integrate the Chemist job into the game, but they ultimately pivoted away from that. Now, naturally, the above are all my personal 2 cents. I would love to hear what you think about the possible jobs based off his t-shirt. What are the jobs you're rooting for? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, do subscribe to the channel.
Why people are forgetting that Yoshi P stated that they wanted to make original jobs. I mean, that's also very true. But I think the whole guessing what job it's gonna be, like, it's obvious to me that Yoshi P wants to make an original job, but then you got too much of a library and too much of a catalog to pull from in the Final Fantasy series to be like, this is the Flubbergeddon, and somebody's gonna point out, wait, isn't the Flubbergeddon the same thing as a Mystic Knight? And and the Yoshi P is just like, yeah, but it's the Flubbergeddon. So it's like, I doubt that he won't pull something to make it like his original spin on a job, because he took Gunbreaker. Gunbreaker was never a job in any Final Fantasy series. It just was placed in the hands of a main character in Squall. There was never a job for Squall. He just was Squall and he had a gunblade. And so they came up with the name, you know, Gunbreaker. He likes screwing with the heads of, yeah, he does like screwing. I mean, this is Yoshi P we're talking about, right? He trolls. He trolls all the time. So it's up in the air. It's up in the air on what the new job's going to be. It's up in the air. There's another video that I want to show you guys, and this may be dramatic as hell. How the hell did that happen? Anybody see that? Border just left. Border just freaking left. So this happened. And you probably didn't see this. You probably did see this. I don't know if you even follow them on Twitter, but this did just happen. This did just happen.
This is my longtime friend.
So this just happened. Not just happened, but it happened yesterday. And well, here it is.
And fellow Final Fantasy XIV fan.
Peter Spencer! Bill Spencer! Bill Spencer! Bill Spencer! Bill!
Okay. Before I go even further than this, it doesn't help that there are a ton of people who are just like anti-Xbox for some reason. But it also doesn't help that good for him. I just don't understand why people are going, why he went nuts over the fact that, like, okay, you gotta, let me just, can I find where, I can't.
Let's go! Yes! 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 Yes!
Yeah, he's going nuts. Yes. He's crying over the fact that yes, it's coming to Xbox. Now, I'm not the type of person to question that. I'm going to say good for him, but I want to know why it's such a big deal for it to come out on the Xbox. Because no, I'm serious. I'm serious. I don't know why it's such a big deal. There are people hating it, and then there are people who are loving it. I don't know why it's a big deal. Why does he even care, though? He quit the game. he said he's not going to focus on it. He didn't quit the game. He says he's not going to. His channel is not going to primarily focus on 14 anymore. He's spreading his wings over to New World, where his new passion is. He didn't say he was going to quit the game. He says he's not going to focus on it. But the point is, I don't know why it's a big deal. Think that something's mentally wrong with him. Don't really care. Oh my goodness. I don't know why it's such a big deal for it to be on the Xbone, but I will say, with all that being said, I don't like that. There we go. With all that being said, I have nothing against it being on the Xbox. That's it. I have nothing against 14 being on the Xbox. I don't know why people are hating it, and I don't know why PlayStation Andes are saying, like, get the fuck out of here, you Xbox. You get in the game like 8 years later. You guys aren't even a real console. You got nothing on your console. I'm just like, bro, just calm the fuck down. It's the Xbox. Why shouldn't it be on the Xbox? I don't get it. I've always questioned why it wasn't on the Xbox in the first place, to be honest. Xbox just means more players. There's no reason to get butthurt over it or to be super happy. I don't understand why he went nuts that way. I'll be honest with you. I won't understand it, but I don't really mind. I don't see the reason to like or hate it. I just think, oh, it's on Xbox. Good for Xbox people. My question for the Xbox people is that, did you only have an Xbox? Do you not have a PlayStation 5? If you don't, I understand. Do you not have a PC? If you don't, wow, I'm surprised. Like the specs, if we were talking about the specs for the new graphic quality, because they have to up the quality, they're going to up the quality of the graphics. The people that are just playing on PC, I'm pretty sure they'd have to upgrade the computer sooner or later if they want to play other games. So I doubt there are going to be a lot of people with downgraded computers or not as upgraded computers. Like, you can get a moderate modern computer for a couple $100. Very much less than a PS5 and very much less than an Xbox. You can get a pretty good PC. Xbox fans and PlayStation fans hate each other. Why? I don't understand. The hell? Drake and Chill. Drake made this? No, he didn't make it. Okay. I don't know why they hate each other. It was not on the Xbox because Xbox back then had dominance back in the 360 era, so they thought crossplay was a bad idea. And they was big on pay to play play online back then. I mean, subscriptions is a pay to play, so I still don't understand. I don't understand. Because the Xbox also, I believe the Xbox had Final Fantasy XI on it, so it's like, I could double check. But what I can really say is that this is probably just a long time coming. I don't see why it's like something to cry for. Don't know they always try to one-up one another. They shouldn't be. Console war died a long time ago. There's no console war anymore between any of the consoles. Like, Nintendo don't give a fuck. They don't care. They haven't cared for like 10 years now. PlayStation has its own problems, but at the same time, it's like, who are they trying to fight against? An Xbox. Like, Xbox hardly has any games. They're trying to figure out a way to survive. So, like, Microsoft, sure, they have plenty of money. Team Xbox, they're in a bit of trouble. Xbox didn't have paid online 360, did though. Xbox didn't have paid online 360, did though. I don't know what that means. Xbox didn't have paid online 360, did though. You mean the old Xbox? You talking about like the first Xbox? So it was more flexible since that was like losing aside in the initial growing online era. I don't think that's it neither. I think the reason why they didn't have any kind of team up with Xbox is probably because Sony was probably paying Square Enix out the wazoo to keep it off of Xbox. I don't think it has anything to do with like Xbox being like paying online on a 360. 360, yeah, it has paid online. The first Xbox has nothing to do with this. I think it's more or less Square Enix was sitting in the seat of Sony because Sony was paying a lot of money for 14 to probably just stay on the PlayStation. And then Xbox coming in saying, "What's up, bro? Are you gonna stay exclusive to Sony right now?" And Square Enix was like, "You know what? It would probably be a good idea to not be exclusive, because Sony be trying to pull that shit all the time. Sony is always trying to pull that shit." It's Xbox original related. Well, I said I don't know if it was on the Xbox because I actually played Final Fantasy XI on the PlayStation 2. And when I couldn't get it working fully on the PlayStation 2, I played it on the PC. Yeah, so Final Fantasy XI was on the Xbox. It was on the Xbox 360. Like I said, I was only paying attention to PlayStation 2 and apparently Microsoft Windows. So it was on the PC, it was on PlayStation 2, it was on Xbox 360. So again, I didn't understand like why 14 wasn't on Xbox at all. But like I said, I think it was just a payout kind of thing. Could never play 11, looks too janky. They've updated the graphics over time, but it's still kind of janky. I did say that we had some things to do. I have to get armor. And, oh, well, I need to get pants. Because I need to do the trial for Pandemonium that I did not get the pants from. So I have to do it again. It's gonna suck. Check Destructoid article 2013 explains why there's no Final Fantasy 14 for Xbox. Oh, the policies for Xbox Live, I guess. Hasn't given up on 14, so it was in 2020 where they said they hasn't given up on 14. It's just Xbox's policies, Microsoft policies for Xbox Live are the reason there isn't an Xbox 360 or an Xbox One version of Final Fantasy 14. They said the market dominant, so they are dicks. It flip-flop between the brands. Well, I found the article. Let me see. Microsoft policy for Xbox Live are the reason there isn't an Xbox 360 or an Xbox One version of Final Fantasy XIV. A Realm Reborn director Naoki Yoshida tells RPG site, the main reason from our side is that I don't want the community to be divided, to be split into two or more, he said, which weird because it's like it's on the PlayStation. Get out of here. For example, one player might be on the PC version, another going to be on the PS4, and I'm playing the Xbox version, but we're not able to join the same game server. That is just, I just don't like the idea. I disagree with it. To be frankly honest with you, there are now so many mobile devices, smartphones, and everything. Why would you ever just stick to one platform from the hardware aspect? Just make it open to everyone. That is my opinion. Well, I mean, it's cross-play now, so it's like, and while Microsoft obviously has its reasons for closing off the platform, this is a shame for players knowing how well Realm Reborn is shaping up. We'll love for as many players as possible to enjoy the game worldwide, so from a business point of view, it could make sense to have it on an Xbox platform, explained Yoshida, but as I mentioned earlier, that would bring about the tragedy. Yet no, that makes no sense now, since cross-platform is a game, is a thing. It's a bad time for them to be putting 14 on Xbox anyway, because it was found that Xbox has a security issue. I don't think anybody knows about that. That's not very well known. I'm just hearing it now from you, and I'm not even too sure if that's the thing. Yeah, I don't know. They said it was because of their policies. Let me check Gamerant. So, okay, I see what they're saying. Alright, so 360 era was not very crossplay friendly. There you go. That's probably what it is. The policy for Xbox Live is that it has to be like its own separate thing by themselves. So Xbox would be by themselves. That sucks. That's stupid. Because they're like, screw Sony or something like that. I don't know. But I guess now that all of that doesn't matter anymore and crossplay is just like, you know, just another facet of playing a video game and any of that such, doesn't matter anymore. That policy is kaput. He's stating that Xbox didn't want to play on the same servers as others. Yeah, that took me a bit to figure, but it's like, yeah, it's probably the policy is that we don't play with other people. That's a stupid thing to keep up for 10 years, honestly. That is the dumbest thing. So dumb. Like, crossplay has been a thing for a while now. That is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Bum bum bum. Later Xbox, they possibly hold a grudge. Xbox One, they possibly held a grudge for that, and it sold like ass in Japan. So probably why they skipped that generation. When Phil Spencer started courting Yoshida, probably did it for this. I don't. For whatever reason, I think a lot of what Xbox has been doing has been freeing up a lot of their policies, because a lot of games on Xbox now is cross-platform. Like, a lot of the games are cross-platform now. What I'm thinking is that Phil Spencer sees that he's losing money, and now he can't just sit there and be like, I choose not to have anything to do with Sony, when it's like, I might be losing money if I don't work with Sony. Like, he's already went ahead and extended a hand to Nintendo. So Xbox and Nintendo are working together. So he might as well figure, hey, let's not hold this grudge, Sony. And Sony doesn't want Xbox or Microsoft to own Activision Blizzard, which they believe if they obtain obtain Activision Blizzard, they're gonna own quite a percentage of the gaming industry, which they're not wrong. It's just that Activision Blizzard needs to either be bought out by someone, held by someone else, or just put to rest, because, like, you know, fuck Bobby Kotick. Fuck that guy. Fuck him. Fuck the way he runs his business. Like, even though he saved Activision, he is the most scummiest son of a bitch. Fuck him. And I know for a fact that if Microsoft does get Activision Blizzard, nothing's really gonna change. Nothing's really gonna change. By the way, secret doorway. Yeah, you see that? Secret doorway, guys. New CEO looks kind of laid back. Phil Spencer? Was that what you're talking about? Sony uses Activision Blizzard's royalty to fund their own first-party game. Makes sense that they're worried. Oops. No, Square CEO? Oh, okay. I just had to make sure. Yeah, Square CEO looks like that, but you don't. He looks laid back and all that other stuff. I just hope that he's not so gung-ho about NFTs and freaking, what was it, Bitcoin and shit. Like, I just hope he's not so gung-ho about that. It like, to me, you've got to be out of your goddamn mind to think that, oh yeah, let's look into NFTs. It's definitely going to catch on in the world of video games, where people, all they really care about is playing video games. The dumbest conclusion I've ever heard. Oh, this is some good water. Da, da, da. Apparently the new CEO plays 14. Probably to get to know the game so that, like, he can connect with the people within the floor or the development crew, because he's their boss now. Probably because of that. And he does look kind of young. He's probably in his 40s. Maybe. 40s, maybe 50s. I'd say he's in his 40s, I think. No, he has to be in his 50s. Because you get old when you hit like 70 now. So, like when you hit 60, you're old. In your 50s, you're like, you're getting there, you know? Blah 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 blah. Oh Jesus! Jesus! Oh God! Oh Lord! They started the party without me! And I forgot I left it on Japanese! Son of a bitch! And we got hit by a bone. I gotta put that like somewhere in the middle of the screen, I think. Oh, I was about to say I could not see. Oh, you guys are idiots. Oh no! Pick a spot and stay in it. That's all I got to say. Hey, look at that. I was right. Thank you for understanding. Oops. I actually stole aggro. That was oh shoot me in the foot. That was only supposed to be like a show of like dominance. But my show of dominance worked a little too well. You don't have to go over yet. Okay. Touchdown, baby! You got balls! They got balls! The balls on these people. Nope, just staying in it. Oh no. No! DPS loss! You son of a bitch! I'll kill you! Oh, okay. Balls. Balls. They have balls. Yo. Oh no, we're actually bound. I tried to get away. That looks weird. That looks weird. Oh my gosh, why is that so? His face usually over here. Okay. Cool. There's so much happening on screen right now. This is one of the reasons why people from WoW are just like, I can't see. Damn, the sound direction? Good job. Good job. He left. Whatever. I need pants. Give me the pants. Give me the pants! I gotta do it again. I'm not gonna get the pants. I'm not gonna get the pants. We could do Alliance Roulette properly. I got the pants. Nice. Aren't you glad it's now leveling, or by the level now? I love the vote of confidence from Cherry here. You're all gonna die! All of you are gonna die! And I'm like, it's not gonna be my fault if we all die. New Square Enix CEO came from Dentsu, a company big into blockchain technology. Board of directors love the idea of blockchain technology. That's why he's there. So he himself is not to blame, just a symptom. He himself is not to blame, but is a symptom. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. But we still don't know a lot about this new CEO. I'll be honest with you. As long as he doesn't start like putting like NFTs in 14 and every other like Square Enix game, bro, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Just as long as he does not start doing that. We tell the WoW people you can turn that stuff off. You tell the WoW people you can turn that stuff off. I'll be honest with you. I love telling WoW people that you can get blind off of all that shit. True that, true that. Sorry, I was looking at a message. You guys know that FNAF came out with a... Didn't want to do that. FNAF came out with a new DLC called Security Breach Ruin. Yeah, I don't know who's making these games, but they're kind of short-sighted in terms of how to make it. It's such a simple video game. Not really too sure I can say that it's like a work of art or anything like that. Because we can! There it is. There we go. Where is it? This should be number 1. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. We know enough based on the history that the hiring decision was based on based on him being from that kind of business. It is what it is. The franchise put out so many successful sequels. Who are we to judge? True. It just sucks it's come down to this. It really does. Alright, so one of the things that I need to do that I have not been doing very well. I haven't been playing this game all too much as well, so that's absolutely my fault for all this. What's this? Southern Pot Shard. Broken Box Shard. Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? I know about the Silded Pot Shard, but the Rokon Pot Shard. Excuse me? First things first, we need to address this very bad thing that I have not been doing, and that is, well, the Blue Mage! One day I will sit down and just get all the spells for Blue Mage, get to level 80, to get all the spells for Blue Mage again. I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. But I think I want to focus on getting all the others to level 90. I have 5 more jobs to go. 5 more jobs. I have 5 more. I have 5 more. 5 more jobs. I have 5 more. I can do this. Five more jobs. The plan is get all the jobs, get all my everything needs to get to level 90. Get Blue Mage completed. I'm supposed to do. What am I listening to? Overwatch? This is Overwatch. Yeah, the world could always use more heroes. Yeah, this is Overwatch. I need to do all gold saucer stuff. All the gold saucer stuff. Get the crafters all up to 90. Get my splendiferous tools, at least for my favorite crafter. Could help me get 80 to blue. Or 80 for blue. We'll do that some other time where I can plan stuff out. The gung-ho stuff that I can do right now is probably get all this, get all my other jobs up to level 90. Ninja is so close to 86. Boom boom ba da dum. Dum ba da dum. Which way was it? Was it? Yes, it was. Boom. Ah, all right. Didn't mean to do that. I haven't been in the leveling for a while, so I'm kind of interested to see what it's like now. I have too much shit. Where's it's over there. Yeah, I'll tell Discord the day I just go on a Blue Mage run, you know? Spells I used between 70 and 80 was Doom, Ram's Voice, and Hyper. I have Ram's Voice, actually. That's the weird thing about it. I think that's a level 70 skill. Do Mentor Roulette after becoming Mentor. Can I become a Mentor? I don't know. Silver trims, pot shards, steel ingot. For now, since I'm not focusing on crafters right now, I'll put all my stuff away here. Come back and get my fishing stuff and stuff and stuff and stuff and stuff later. What else? What else? What else can I put away? That stuff is just gonna keep coming in. I could put that away. I don't want this. I can. I don't know. Maybe I should keep those. These I'm gonna keep. Obviously. Do I now? One of each class type? Don't I have one of each class type? I do. Where's your pants? $1,500 commons. I think I have that too. Bruh, you are a horrible tank. Bruh. I'm sorry to say this, man. Yeah, he's not a good tank. He's a rushy tank. Being rushy does not help. Like, parking your ass next to a door, as much as you think it's a good idea, is not a good idea! Lesson number 1 as a tank, do not put yourself in a corner. Do not put yourself in the corner. What did he do? He put himself in a corner. Lesson number 1, never put yourself in the corner where you need all jobs leveled. Yeah, I expect, like, having all jobs leveled is a more probable idea. Where's he going? Where are you going? The door will not open! Oh. I don't know. I don't. Why do I even try to argue with these people? Lightning! Ah! Give my shit back. I can't get over there. Ah. Oh no, I did the wrong thing again. That's okay. Yeah, it's coming back in 5 seconds. I'll be able to make it. You really wanted to hurt me. This guy is probably level 69. Oh! Did I do the new variant dungeon? Of course I did. I really did like it though. I liked it. And they're coming out with another one sooner than I thought. But I really did like it. I'll be honest with you. Some dungeons need to have like the variant design, in my opinion. Most dungeons are just straight hallways nowadays, so it's like having something as refreshing as a variant dungeon is good for me. I really liked it. The very beautiful aesthetic. You're going up this hill, you have 3 different paths, 3 different bosses you could take on. So I'm gonna do this. Dead. But how do you guys think about the new variant dungeon if you did it? Because I do like the story behind it. Definitely love the story behind it. I'd say like it's a worthy difficulty for a 1 player, like if you go in solo. There's no real point in going after this. I had it. I had it. I had it. We would have been down 1 less. I don't know what's taking y'all so long. What are you guys doing that's taking y'all so long from doing the variant dungeons? And there he goes. Loss of sub. Ah. This is different. This is very oh shit. This is very different. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You should have just stayed where you were, sir. Yeah, this is different. This is very different. Yeah, this is not the same thing as it was before. And we lost our dancer. Yeah, this is different. That's not how that boss is supposed to be. They nerfed the fucking boss. Rework because of trust, the duty support. It wasn't really that much of a mechanic. Really was you're supposed to step into an element that was the same element of the boss. But I guess a lot of them couldn't understand that. I don't think it's a complicated... He's gonna overwhelm himself. Yeah. He's gonna overwhelm himself. Didn't mean to do that. Our healer's on point right now. Oh, our healer's at level 69. That's funny. That means that the healer is good at what they do. The tank, on the other hand, nah, tank is not doing so well. Needs to practice and keep in control. Did I really lose my photon? Really? Oh. What is that? That's an archer weapon. Those are earrings. To the healer. That was good. That was good. That was good. It wasn't all that bad. Tank could use a lot. I wouldn't say a lot. I would say the tank could use some work, though. Tank could use some work. Level 86. The trials of fate, everybody is so cheery. It was like, yeah, now we can play Stormblood, guys. That's funny. That's kind of funny. I mean, good for them. I'm happy for them. They're all like, yeah, we get to play the game again. Oh man. You just imagine all those guys are just waiting for the free trial to get extended. Oh my goodness. I'm sitting here, I'm just like, pick the damn game! It's like, we can't, I'm like... We can't! We have to play the free trial! It's the only free-to-play game that doesn't fuck us over! They only had to wait like 3 years. Yep. They only had to wait like 3 years, guys. No. I only have that? Really? Island cabbage? Not much worse than our wait for 7.0 in the middle of summer. Gather mode, water, I guess. All right, guys, we need to figure out what we're gonna do from here to summer. Well, I got everything planned out. I gotta get Island Sanctuary called up. I gotta get the Blue Mage called up. I gotta get all the other jobs called up. I gotta get the crafters called up. I gotta do Tataro's Grand Endeavor, which I think I'm gonna do off stream anyway. I gotta figure out any content that I want to do, but the only piece of content I could think of is probably like figuring out what the like what the who the gods really are. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. No, 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 no. What? Oh. I skipped it because there was nothing in there. Didn't we get told who the gods were was last time? Nope. They gave us clues. They didn't tell us who they are. Not to my knowledge. Okay. Mojo. Yeah, I need to update my collection here. So what we know about the gods right now is that they do have some sort of affiliation with Vana in some way, and that the Watcher on the Moon is also supposed to be like another one part of their pantheon. So the Watcher on the Moon is technically, I guess you could say, another god. But what we don't know is like what their nature is, where they come from, how they came to be. Like, we want to know everything. And well, it ain't easy. It ain't easy figuring that out. Like, there's so many conjectures and statements by so many people. But we can't just take things at face value at this point. I myself think that they do have something to do with, like, Vana's trusted companions from back in the day, but, like, we still don't know. Let me at least feed them, then I'll get out of here. All I know is that they are apparently not primals. Yeah, they're not primals now. Fear the gods seem to be Elpis employees. Watcher the archivist. Yeah, I don't know about them being employees. I still don't want to go off that statement yet. I'm still in the air of questioning. Like, I still think, like, maybe, but perhaps it could be. So that's me right now. Like, maybe that is. I have way too much. Okay, you know what? I have way too much. Way too much. All right, time to feed. Oh, forgot the chocobo. I've yet to come across like a rare variant of the chocobo. I think the rare variant of the chocobo is the black chocobo, maybe. Honestly, I think this should like connect to like an actual chocobo kind of thing. Like, raise your chocobo here, and they start becoming rainbow chocobos. I have a red chocobo, so it's like I specifically bred her to have red feathers. Well, why not bring them here to the island sanctuary? Okay, we're good with that. We need to make a checklist. I need to make a checklist. Murdering chocobos? What? No! I'm never doing that. I gotta stretch. Actually, to be honest, I need to start making dinner. It's 8 o'clock for me over here. Back at my small little cottage, my manor away from home. I think their creation is no different than the Loporits, just imparted with different knowledge, strength, personality based on real people, be it from form from them on spot, or though memory crystals. Maybe that is a possibility. It's still something to question, you know. I hit 2 hours, which is my mark right now. Guys, if you have any more ideas, throw it in Discord. Have a discussion. I'll try to bring people into that discussion, by the way. For now, the plan is to get my jobs up to level 80. The last one's going to be Blue Mage. We'll have a bedazzle of a time for that. I might need to do crafting leveling off stream, but I definitely do need to do Tataro's Endeavor also off stream. But I gotta get all that done, get the splendiferous tools and stuff. I just don't play this game enough. I don't. It's not my forever game, guys. I play other games like Path of Exile since I stopped playing Diablo 4. Since I'm not on Twitch, I am not obligated to hand you over to anybody, but if I were to suggest you to someone, would y'all be okay with that? Let me see. But they're still doing the Path of Exile stream, and they're still showing up Path of Exile 2. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yes. Yeah, I've been watching it on the flip side. Yeah. Tham seems to. Tham is not. Tham is. Tham is watching videos. Jesus. D4 is already knocked out of the park. Ah. Sure, for a little price of their soul. If you guys, I guess if you want to watch some entertainment, there you go. There's some Thamriel for you. Anyway, I'm gonna head out, guys. Y'all have a good one.